Hey everybody, it's Julie from Mystical Mean Child. How are you today? I hope you're happy and well when you heard the bit. And there's the second card. Okay, like a ricochet. What do we need to know today? Come on, surprise us. Angel of Tranquility. Angel of Soulmates. Okay. Angel of Tranquility. Now, I have to say, is everybody getting the message lately about taking time out and nurturing themselves? Just putting themselves into the peace that they want to be in and not in the chaos, you know, of like the Christmas season and like everything else that's around. It's like we've constantly been told, like this last week, about moving into your own space, just being, just sitting there in the peace, the quiet. You know, what does your sanctuary look like for you? And if you had some time out from all the busy things you do in your daily life, what is it you would like? Okay? And this is, I'm getting, is reaffirming all of that again. Just take time out, recharge, look, nurture yourself. You know, your battery's getting low. Remember we spoke about the rubber band last night? You can only stretch it so far. And then one day it will just ping on you. And then, you know, it's too late. You've got adrenal fatigue or something, you know, because you just haven't listened. So this is a big reinforcement of, you know, doing things quieter, more peacefully, making sure you're drinking your water, getting your sleep, being gentle on yourself, not harsh on yourself. And this goes with what you think and what comes out of your mouth as well. Because if that's harsh, that's still going to affect you. Because you're putting yourself on repeat if you can keep saying things the same way. So it's like, just love yourself like, you know, your inner child. How you want to keep it safe and protected. When, you know, maybe there wasn't anyone there to keep that safe and protected in your life at some stage. So this is about like just honouring who you are, loving yourself. Because no one knows you better than you. And as I said last night, with your higher self, this is your bestest friend. Because it knows everything about you from all lifetimes. Not just this one. It knows the direction you've been in before. It knows what your lessons are to move ahead forward in this one. And the quieter you are, the more that comes through too. You've got to remember that. Because if you're busy, it's really hard to process insight, intuition. So be gentle on yourself, okay? And with the Soulmates card, that's interesting. I know people always go, when will I find my soulmate? And sometimes I think like, do you really want to do that? It's not always a happy ending. Because sometimes your soulmate could be the closest person to you and you bounce off each other and you can read each other and you know, but you don't know what that lesson is in this lifetime. And they're the ones that have stepped up and gone, okay, well, now that I've found you, this is what we need to teach you. So it's not always, you know, that never-ending story. You know, it could be quite a brutal lesson. And it doesn't always work out that way. But sometimes you've got to take a step back and go, you know, you've got to honestly think to yourself, how many people have come into your life that you've had a genuine connection with? Okay? Now, I don't mean a sexual chemistry. I mean, that's one thing. But I mean that you just, it's like you've known each other previously. So you're in the same soul tribe. And you're very much the same in your belief system and what you do. And together you just, you know, and it, you know, it doesn't mean you need a romantic relationship with that person. It could be a friendship. But they're there to back you up. They're there to guide you forward, like you're there to guide them. Okay? or they could be teaching you a lesson too. So you've really got to think, because I know, like, if I was to think about how many people have come into my life over the years, and I'm there, like, I've had a connection with them, like I've known them. How do you describe which one was your soulmate? They were there to come into your life at a point where maybe you needed to learn something, or you needed maybe that boost of, I don't know, something in your life that you needed at that point in time. And they've come in, said hello, you know, you've gone out, you've had fun, you know, you sat there and done your cards together, or you've raised kids together, or, you know, they're there, and they're just like you. Okay, you have that synergy. And, you know, and then it's like, once you've been in that space and some lesson has been learned, you know, then they move on with their world, because, you know, we've all got, you know, different lessons, and then you move on with yours as well. So soulmates are here to teach you. They come here sometimes at a crossroads when you need to be reminded of something, to be reminded of something. So once again, I'm just trying to say, like, just be careful what you ask for. You know, because why don't you ask for a new best friend that's like-minded with the same synergy as you, so you can grow and do your spiritual work together, or write together, or paint together, or whatever it is that inspires you. You can have somebody that's there with you where you can laugh, and because that's what it's about. It's about laughing and having fun and doing what it is you need to do, having that person there to bounce off. You know, to me, that's more of a soulmate. And that's a positive lesson where you can encourage and watch each other grow and enforce that. And if it's in a relationship, well, you know, that's great when you find a relationship and you're on the same page. How beautiful is that? But, you know, in reality, how long does that last sometimes? Some are really good, some are really super strong, and it's meant to be. They're not all like that. And yet you could, you know, swear black and blue, this is the one for me. He's ticked all the right boxes, or she's ticked all the right boxes. And then, you know, getting into it, things change. And that's because you've changed. You know, you're seeing things differently. You've outgrown the old ways. You're moving forward. You're evolving. They're evolving on the, you know, on their level. It's not like, you know, or they could be just sitting there. It doesn't matter. Because we're all here on our own journey. So whether we're moving forward with that, or we're just, you know, sitting there, because who knows what you've done in a past life, and this one's all about, like, being able to breathe and just connect again and have a peaceful life. You really don't know where you've been before. And you really don't know what you're going to come back and do next. And then I could say, and then some of us know that you're not going to come back again, because why would you? Do you know what I mean? But there's so many different aspects to this. So if you want your soulmate, say, I instead of soulmate, I would really ask for somebody, you know, the bestest friend I could ever have, in the opposite version or the same version, or, you know, whatever, that's like-minded, funny, witty, happy-go-lucky, that we can just laugh continuously with. Okay? You know, and whatever box you want to tick in there, you put in there, okay? But, like, it's more about, like, you want someone fun in your life. Or otherwise you could be calling someone in that's going to give you a big lesson. Or you could be there to teach them too. So if they're a little like a grumpy pants in the morning, and, you know, really good person, but they've always got something to do, they're always busy, that's your soulmate. Now, how do you feel about that? Does that make you happy? Does it really make you happy? And it's not that they're doing anything wrong, because they're not. Because they're doing everything that they're meant to be doing. And they're genuine, and they're honest, and they're loving, and they're caring. But, you know, is that, you know, you've just asked for this person, yeah, he's ticked all the right boxes, or she has, or whatever has. And then it's like, well, if it's not quite matching up down the track, why is that? But you've called that into your life. So, yeah, getting back to the story again, just be careful what you ask for, because you'll get it. And it's not like these experiences are bad or negative. They just help with your growth. They just strengthen your foundation. They just make you know straight that this is not where you're going, you know, like, or this suits you down to the core and you love it. Okay, because we're all different and we all want different things. But I think at the end of the day, we all want to be happy and loved and, you know, spoiled, not in a materialistic way, but spoiled by having that companionship. Okay? That's the older version. I don't know what the younger version is because I'm not young anymore. But, you know, maybe a bit more chemistry in there. But, like, you know, just be careful what you ask for, because you will get it. And then when you've got someone great, but they're really not ticking all the right boxes, you know, can you live with that? Can you adjust to that? Big questions. You really just want the best buddy that can do things with you. Soulmate, you know, like, I feel like during a lifetime you have a lot of soulmates. They come in and they go. They're like here. And it's that remembering from a past life, you know, because you know them so well, but you don't know them in the formation that they come through in this one. Ta-da! Okay, so yeah, you get the picture. Okay, that's today's angel message. Okay, bye for now.